I was 8 years old when I first heard it. The voice, coming from under my bed. It was midnight, maybe a little later. The digital clock on the dresser blinked 12:47 in blood red. I was lying there, staring at the ceiling, counting the water stains that looked like deformed faces. Then I heard it. Psst. Just that. A hoarse whisper, like sandpaper on old wood. My body froze, every muscle tense, every nerve on alert. My heart pounding so hard it hurt in my chest. Silence. Only my breathing. Fast, shallow. Maybe I imagined it, I thought. Then I heard it again. I know you're awake. The voice was clearer now, closer, as if something had dragged itself a few inches in my direction. The sound of nails scratching the wooden floor echoed softly. My throat was dry. I squeezed my eyes shut, pulled the blanket up to my nose. The fabric smelled of laundry soap and mildew. Cold sweat ran down my forehead. You don't need to be afraid, the voice continued. Not yet. Not yet. Those two words pierced my mind like rusty nails. I stayed completely still, barely dared to breathe. The silence that followed was worse than the voice. A heavy silence, suffocating, as if something was waiting, watching. Minutes passed, or maybe hours. It's hard to tell when terror distorts time. Eventually, sleep overcame me. Pure exhaustion. My eyes closed against my will. The next morning, I thought it had been a nightmare. Sunlight streamed through the thin curtains. Birds sang outside. Everything seemed normal, safe. I climbed down from bed carefully, looked down, at the dark space under the wooden frame. Empty. Just dust bunnies and a lost sock. I breathed a sigh of relief. It was just a bad dream, I told myself. But that night, it came back. Did you think I had left? The voice sounded almost amused. A low, drawn-out laugh followed, like gargling thick liquid. My stomach turned. I tasted bile in my mouth. I'm never leaving, the voice whispered. I've always been here waiting. Waiting for what? I wanted to scream, call my parents. But my voice was trapped in my throat, as if invisible hands were strangling it. Do you want to see me? The voice asked. No, 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 no. Let's play a game. If you look under the bed, I promise I won't hurt you. Yet. That word again. Yet. Every fiber of my being screamed not to do it, to pull the blanket over my head and wait for dawn. But something stronger than fear grew inside me. Curiosity. The need to know. Slowly, very slowly, I moved toward the edge of the bed. The mattress creaked. The sound seemed too loud in the suffocating darkness of the room. I leaned over, just an inch, then another. My heart beat like war drums. I looked down. At first I saw nothing, just shadows, thick, impenetrable. Then something moved, 2 points of pale light, glowing, reflecting the faint moonlight. Eyes, but they weren't human eyes, too large, spaced wrong, no eyelids, and they were staring at me. I screamed. Finally my voice broke free, a shrill, desperate scream that tore through the night. Feet running down the hallway. My door burst open. My mother rushed in, my father right behind. The bedroom light flooded everything. What happened? She shouted, hugging me. I pointed under the bed, sobbing, shaking. My father knelt down, looked. There's nothing here, son. He pulled a flashlight from his pocket, illuminated every inch of the dark space. Empty, completely empty. It was a nightmare, my mother said, stroking my hair. Just a bad nightmare. But I knew the truth. It was there. 3 nights passed in silence. I barely slept, sitting up in bed with my back against the wall, eyes fixed on the darkness under the wooden frame. Nothing. Maybe it had really left this time. On the fourth night, I let my guard down. I lay down normally, closed my eyes. Then I felt it. Something cold touched my ankle. Fingers. Or something that felt like fingers. Long, wet, with joints that bent in the wrong places. They squeezed, gently at first, then harder. I started being pulled, slowly, inexorably, toward the edge of the bed. I grabbed the sheets, screamed, kicked, but the grip was too strong. "It's time to come down," the voice said. "It's time to really meet me." My body was halfway off the bed now, my head hanging down, looking directly below. And there it was. I can't fully describe what I saw. My mind refuses to process the details, as if looking directly at it could split me in half. A contorted body, too many limbs, impossible angles, skin like wet leather, and that face, if it could be called a face. A mouth that opened in concentric circles, spiral teeth, going deeper, deeper, endless. "Hello," that thing said. Then everything went black. I woke up in the hospital 3 days later. My parents said they found me unconscious on the floor, next to the bed, no injuries. Just sleeping. But I knew. When they lifted my pajama top to examine me, I saw marks on my ankle. 5 circular impressions, like burns, perfectly spaced, fingerprints. I'm 32 years old now. I haven't slept in beds for decades, only on the couch or the floor, always with the light on. But sometimes late at night when everything is quiet, I hear that voice. It doesn't come from under the bed anymore. Now it comes from inside the closet, the basement, from behind the bathroom door. "I told you I would never leave," it whispers. "I'm still waiting. And one night I know the waiting will end."